been trying to get a good picture of autumn this year, and I haven't been able to. Luckily, I always keep trash bags and gloves in the Jeep, because more and more often now, every time I go out, there's trash everywhere. And I haven't shown this before, but I usually do my best to keep clean up. But today, this is getting ridiculous. Almost fell. I don't live here. I travel a lot. If you follow my channel, you've seen. And everywhere I go, there's more and more trash. I guess I do live here. We live in the same planet. But this is just ridiculous. A few minutes ago, this tree here, and it was all in the shade. And I took a really good picture, and then when the sun came out, I went back and cleaned up a little bit. I just want to pass the message along that even though I didn't make that mess, whoever did it is not going to come clean it. Whoever's destroying the forest is not going to come clean it. So it's up to everybody else to be a little bit more responsible and clean up what we have left. But anyway, let's go back to the pictures. And I'll show you a little bit more about how difficult it was to compose this tree. I don't need my gloves anymore, or this hair thing. I'm not gonna get hair in my face looking at garbage. But I like this image here. As you can tell, there's a brightly colored tree on a dark background, and to me that looks really, really cool with the forest. Right now that there's no sunlight, I think it looks better. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but here in the woods, it's very natural. And there's limbs and down trees and stuff everywhere. So it's really difficult to compose a clear image. I like this shot here for a few different reasons. Let me show you. So this tree that's right over here has really good texture. And there's another one to balance it out over here. I'm probably not gonna do wide landscape like this because the composition is not there. But if I switch like this, it looks much better. Now I can zoom in a little bit. I don't like those dead trees or the little green ones in front, so I have to move. So I'm gonna move around a little bit and see if I can make it work. So I found an image that I like. I like these rocks leading the view and leading the viewer to look at the tree and the color. With the green moss, it pops and it looks really, really pretty. And then when you get to the tree, it's just a bright contrast. I wanted to share a tip on composition, or a few tips. And number one, when you're capturing an image, you're telling a story. And what you leave out is just as important as what you tell. So right now, I abandoned all the dead trees because when I'm talking to somebody, when I'm telling them a story, I don't mention all the dead trees that were in the woods unless that's part of the image. Right now it's the colorful tree with the green moss leading into it. So I'm trying to leave out the parts that are not important, if that makes any sense. So to me, those rocks leading into the tree, that just looks awesome. So I'm gonna take the shot. I have it on 2-second timer. I also have a polarizer filter because it rained just a little bit ago, so everything is pretty wet. And what the polarizer does is it removes that glare from the rocks and leaves, giving me a more true tone and color to what that image is. I'm gonna keep walking around and trying to get different images of fall. To me, it's been really difficult this year, and I like the details. I'm really good when it comes to finding details and things that shapes and something that makes you smile, or just little things that are more close-ups, more intimate. Something like this is a bigger scene, and I've always struggled with the composition and how to make something like this look better. It would look amazing if it had fog or snow, and I can make that happen in post, but that's not what happened here. So I'm not gonna cheat. I'm just gonna show you what happened while I was here and tell the story of this tree that's lost in the woods. On the way home, I stumbled in this scene, and this is all bracking. It's turning brown, and it adds color to the whole scene here. And then you have all these trees that look kind of cool and eerie kind of thing. But here's another tip I wanted to share with you, and that's don't be afraid to move your camera. I really like how that bracken right there leaning on the tree looks, but from here the trees in the back just don't have that separation. So if I move just a little bit more to the side, it breaks up the monotony with the trees. And let me take the camera off the tripod. And if I drop down low, I could blur some of the bracken in the front and make it a little bit more of an intimate scene where your eye goes right to that piece that's on the tree trunk, and the rest is just adds to the whole scene. And I think I'm going to end this video, but just as a quick recap, don't forget to be clear with what your image is all about. The second tip is use a polarizer filter. That way you can get more detail from the wet leaves or from puddles or just from anything that's reflecting too much ambient light. Sometimes it's good not to use it, but for the most part, when I'm in the woods and it's wet, I really do recommend using a circular polarizer. Number 3, move around so you can show and separate, like right here, the trees in the background, so you can show a little bit of separation, and it's a little bit more of a uniform image when you show everything else. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I know there was a little bit of everything. It's a little bit different than my usual videos. Please clean up your trash if you're out and about and you see trash. I know we didn't do it, but let's clean up and do our part, one person at a time. Other than that, I wanted to leave you with some social media wisdom. And it says, life is like a camera. Focus on what's important. Capture the good times. Develop from the negatives. And if things don't work out, just take another shot.